Welcome to the What the Flick review of The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 7, Dead Weight, aka we were right the first time about the governor. I am Kim Horcher. I am Kim Horcher, and I'm joined by my two pumpkins, Tim Frisch and John Iadarola.
Yeah, TYT. We got some nerd alert going on. No actual What the Flick people on this one.
Oh,
I guess they don't like the zombie apocalypse.
Not interested.
But anyway, so part 2 of the governor's arc, possibly the end of the arc. It's hard to tell from the preview we saw. It seemed like that was from the point of view of the people in the prison. But anyway, so we talked obviously very in depth about the first half. What did you guys think about the second half? Both on its own and in relation to the previous episode.
My whole opinion on this particular arc, this 2-episode arc, if it is only going to be 2 episodes, is that rather than give us flashbacks to tell us how the governor became the governor, he just kind of relived his origin story in an abridged fashion.
Yeah.
So we crush him down. He has no will to live. He's wandering. He gets found by these people. He finds a reason to be a person again, and then he falls back into the same old habits when he's surrounded by the same old problems.
Sociopathic murder.
Yeah, there were so many, I don't know if it was intentional, but there were so many things that made it feel like that they are just reestablishing Woodbury, like the playing golf, I mean, the fact that, that when he took over that town, he had to knife a couple people in the back. And so, I mean, one of the big criticisms of the episode is, by the end of this episode, by the end of Dead Weight, what's the difference? Like, what was the whole point?
Well,
Are we not back to the middle of season 3 with an assault on the prison about to happen?
He tried to redeem himself. We've established that the point of this season is, can you come back? He did not come back. His redemption story was a failure.
Yeah, and I guess there is some value to that, that he was not able to come back. I love that Martinez, just in case people hadn't been paying attention or forgotten the theme, reiterated, I don't know, some things you can't come back from. We know that! And they fit in more chess metaphors. More chess.
There was 2 areas of symbolism in this episode. I thought one was handled really well and one was super heavy-handed. And we started off with that chess metaphor, and of course there's an eye patch on the king, and he's like, it's your turn, Brian. I'm thinking.
Are we bad? And also, what I love about that is, if it's the same chess set, now I don't put it past her to possibly draw it on a second one, that means that in their crazy run down the highway away from they were holding a chess set with like marble pieces.
Maybe they went
I
back
think
for
it
it,
was
but yes.
different.
Maybe.
It looked a little lumpy.
Oh, you think it was different?
No,
I guess that makes
was
sense.
the same chess set.
I thought
Same chess
it
set.
was?
Oh, yeah.
They have a lumpy chess set.
So there were a couple different different elements, I guess, or different phases of his transformation back into the old governor. First, they went on the supply run. They came across the bodies with the heads cut off, which was cool in terms of the imagery. I didn't really get what that was supposed to be. Did you guys understand that?
I think those 2 soldiers had tried to rape that man's wife and daughter, possibly.
Okay.
And that's why he'd put those signs, what was it, rapist, liar, and he put murder on himself out of guilt. There was another heavy-handed thing there where he picks up a photo. It looks exactly like the governor's photo of his wife and his daughter.
Exactly.
So it's just there to remind him, like, it could have been like this.
Yeah.
It still can be.
So the 2 corpses in the house were his wife and his daughter?
Yes.
So why the heads, though? Why did he keep the heads?
Just because of heavy-handed symbolism to the
like
governor. Yeah.
Jesus.
Like,
And
this
then-
is just another version of the governor in another place. Same, second verse, same as the first. It always works out like this. He collects heads. He fails his wife and his daughter. He's doomed to repeat the same thing and ultimately die again.
Yeah, exactly. And I love another element of him going back to what he knows best. He knifes the guy in the back, the good guy, and then he keeps him alive, I guess,
Why
in
did
the
he
pond.
do that? I didn't understand
That
the
was
point
the
of that.
symbolism that I liked.
Oh yeah, why is that?
He's reestablishing Woodbury again, so obviously he needs his aquarium. And I
You got a
think
bigger one.
It's an upgrade for sure. But I think this better symbolizes the calm, serene governor that everyone sees and the monster underneath the surface. That he can come down and like look at his own demons and keep them in check, knowing that he's there and he's in control and they're just raging underneath that calm pond.
See, I kind of thought the purpose of keeping that particular guy under there and not finishing him off was like he wants to be able to go back and see a reminder of what happens to people who are good at heart or good-natured. They get knifed in the back, they turn into zombies, here's the zombie. I don't know.
For a while I was thinking of, was there like a strategic reason for not knifing him in the head. Like, can I do something with Pete later? Is he going to be instrumental? And
Something sexual,
I don't think
maybe?
He's
I don't think it's
handsome,
there.
but no.
He was handsome, yeah. I also didn't buy until the very end that they were brothers, or I didn't understand that they were brothers. I guess I
didn't even
missed
hear
that
that,
part
yeah.
of the dialogue. But so obviously the transformative element, or the actual scene where it happened, was he's up with Martinez. Martinez reiterates, what you can come back from or not. And despite the fact that Martinez is technically a villain, like he was a villain last season, he seems to have off camera turned into a good guy. He was trying to run the group in a responsible way.
Oh, so he did have a redemption story, and it turned out bad because he was a hero.
He was
More
kind of a hero.
lessons.
Yeah, I mean, so he's kept all these people safe, a group that apparently is bigger than the prison group. Like, we saw a huge crowd at one point.
And more than that, he was willing to forgive the governor, invite him back into the fold, knowing what he knew about them.
Stupid.
Say,
So stupid.
hey, I got a second chance. It looks like you're changed. Maybe you've got a second chance coming, so.
Yeah, but apples to oranges, he gunned down a crowd of civilians. I think that's different. And also, in terms of his leadership style, we saw when he initially brings in the group, he's like, here are my rules, you gotta follow me. All hardcore. As soon as they get in, he's filled with marshmallows. Like he's just like a stuffed animal.
Have a beer. It's great.
Yeah.
We're all family.
How did he keep those people safe for that long? I don't really understand that. And so then, obviously, the thing that puts the governor over the edge is him saying he wants to have some sort of power-sharing agreement with him. And then it turns out that the governor is absolutely the world's worst caddy. Did you buy the transformation or why that would send him over the edge?
I don't understand why he kept shouting, I don't want it, while he's beating him.
I think he means the power and the responsibility.
But he's taking the power and responsibility by beating him.
But he doesn't want it.
But he did.
Really, he's his own worst enemy because he could have just walked away and said, I'm not interested. Clearly, you're the only qualified leader here, so if I kill you, that pushes me one step closer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
he tries to walk away or drive away.
yeah.
Does he feel it's his responsibility then to lead them in that way, the kind of the villainous
To take
route?
over.
Yeah.
I think what happens is there's two things that the governor does not want in the world. One is he does not want to be in charge. That is the second most important thing to him. The first most important thing is to not die and now have Maggie not die. So as much as he does not want to lead the group, Megan, as much as he doesn't want to lead the group, when he asked Martinez, how are you going to keep us safe? And Martinez is like, He's like, fuck, I got to kill this guy, I got to take over. And those are the two, the inner demons that he has, is that he knows that if he is going to be the leader, he has to be evil, and he doesn't want that, but he can't die. He's so afraid of death.
It's the only way to survive, is to just kill
Is to be
everything
everything he
that
doesn't wanna
puts
be.
you in remote danger whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And Martinez was one of them.
Yeah, and then just killed horribly. Again, I don't know why he couldn't finish off Martinez. And then they found what was left of him.
That was a fun
It was
death.
pretty cool. I don't want it. Yeah, that one's going to stand out. So I do like that they fit in this brief time when there's the relatively safe group, they fit in a lesbian woman for...
I knew you would do that.
Well, everybody needs to find somebody.
Yeah.
Just because you're a lesbian doesn't mean you shouldn't find some love.
Of course not, John.
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of the reviews that I read criticized both that relationship and the relationship of Lily and the governor, saying, come on, they're like homebodies now. They've been married for 10 years. They've known each other for a couple weeks. So what about the relationships? Do you buy the relationships and how they would influence your behavior so quickly?
I mean, at the end of the world, stuff like you don't mess around with dating and courtship anymore. You're like, okay, this guy's a badass. He can protect me. He can keep my
He's
family
my
safe.
husband now.
He's moderately good looking when he shaves. I don't have a whole lot of choices here.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I'm a nurse, so I've got that protective motherly instinct. He's clearly a wounded bird that I can nurse back to health. Misguided, albeit I understand Lily's motivation.
At the end of the world, it's YOLO every day.
Yeah, I guess that's true. And Tyrese and his lady, they should have YOLO'd, but they didn't YOLO, and then they died.
No chance.
Yeah, that I was playing devil's advocate by talking about the criticisms. I totally buy that too. Like, you're not gonna. Relationships aren't just for fun, something to do on the weekends. You want that emotional protection, and also quite possibly somebody willing to lay down their life for yours. That's a big draw. It's a big aphrodisiac after the end of the world, I think. And so we've had the arc now of the governor, his failed attempt at redemption. It's not going to happen. My belief that he was going back to face judgment at the prison, I think I predicted that last episode. That didn't turn out to be true.
So he's not going back for allies. Mm-hmm. He's not going to build bridges. He's going to go over there and shoot the hell out of them.
Well, so that's obviously the climax of the end of that and leading into this next episode. So let me ask you this. We saw him walk up and look at Rick and Carl. Then he goes over and he sees Michonne and he holds up his gun. But then we know that he goes back and is just looking at the prison again. So did he choose not to shoot at her? And what does that actually say about him now? Does it mean anything?
I don't think it's him saying, oh, I'm a good guy now. I think it's him saying, wait for it. I am going to bring, you're going to know it was me. It's going to be awful. So it's when he comes back, it's going to be like in a really big way, which does, I can't mention anything. Okay, yeah. No comic book mentions.
No comic book mentions. This is strictly TV. But so what we see of the next episode is not him just barreling through the wall in the tank. It's him talking to them, which leads me to believe that he's giving them the choice of leaving.
No, it means they don't have any artillery shells.
Oh,
Because if they did, it would be over.
Uh-huh.
They clearly only have a tank as a vehicle.
Uh-huh. Well, it's actually kind of a shitty vehicle. I mean, it could have gone over the muddy zombies. That would have been useful.
Yeah, who made those zombie pits? Was that a naturally occurring phenomenon?
I think that was Martinez's idea, wasn't it?
For that one, I thought that was supposed to be natural.
Okay. He seemed really super pissed about it, and like I thought he was going to go back and confront someone, but then they went to sleep.
I would have gone around it.
Yeah, I thought that might have worked too.
Maybe that's just me. And so to go back to the conflict that's brewing for next episode, are you guys okay with us having that again as the big? This is going to be the end of the season or the end of the mid-season, I guess. We got 2 months off. Are you okay with that being the conflict? Is this what you felt it should have been like going towards this whole season?
I've been waiting for this.
You want it again?
Yeah, I want them to fight. I feel like we've all been like starved for action. So this is going to bring it. And Brett's not here, but he's constantly complaining about how he's sick of the prison. Maybe this is the end of the prison.
Yeah, we will get some conflict. I'm afraid that this is going to be like a mostly, Mexican standoff episode. How they're just all standing there with their guns pointed in the tank, and then we've got the guns, and you've got the guns. And,
no, someone's going to die.
No, lots of people are going to die. And in fact, people we like are going to die.
They say that in the preview.
Some will
fall,
die,
or something like that.
All will fight, some will fall.
Now, they don't say if after they fall, they then stand back up again. Maybe they just trip.
Perhaps.
Oh God, that would be the absolute worst. If it is a Mexican standoff episode and then it ends on a cliffhanger and we gotta wait 2 months to find out who dies at the prison, that would be frustrating.
Oh, no.
What?
That's exactly what they're going to do.
No, that's not what they're
yes,
gonna do.
Yes, it is.
Here's what they're gonna do.
Okay.
They have been stuck they can't leave the prison because it's just too good of a situation. It's too safe. We want them to leave, but as long as those walls are standing, they can't. You know what takes down walls in a way that you can't rebuild?
Tanks.
A tank. So maybe they win the fight, but the prison is just decimated, and now they have to go and find the voices on the radio. I think that would be a win-win.
And finally, Michonne will say, hey, I heard these voices on the radio. Maybe we should follow them.
Well, other people heard it, right?
Tyrese heard it, Daryl heard it, Bob heard it.
You'd think that would be worth bringing up.
It's a short list of people that could easily die next episode.
Probably Bob.
Possibly. I mean, I don't read the comics or whatever. So predictions, who will die?
I think Hershel.
You think Hershel?
No.
Hey man, it's classic. Take out the medic first. That's easy.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's. Well, was he pointing his gun at Michonne, or could it have been at Hershel?
No,
He
it
wants
wasn't
Michonne's
Michonne.
death to be
He
slow. He's not going to
hates
shoot her
her.
from a distance.
He could shoot her in the leg or something.
Maybe.
No.
Yeah, he definitely wants revenge.
He's going for Michonne, but I think she's going to live.
Okay, I think the Hershel prediction makes sense. I think Glen could still possibly go. Although if they were going to kill him, they probably would have done it with the illness to make it more significant.
I don't know, unless they really want you to feel crushed for Maggie losing Hershel and Glen in one episode. That's like cry, scream at the night kind of thing. Emmy Academy stuff, award-winning. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the complete demolishing of Maggie.
Yeah,
mentally, physically.
I do think Glen's days are numbered.
You think Glen?
Yeah.
See, nobody thinks Maggie could possibly die.
Maggie doesn't matter as much as Glen.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
She matters because of Glen, at least to me.
And Maggie matters to more people in a significant way than Glen does. Like, Glen is pretty much attached to her and maybe Rick. That's pretty much it. Whereas Maggie obviously has the connection to Hershel, the connection to Beth.
Well, Glen's more valuable to the group. I mean, he's a better fighter than Maggie.
I don't know. Maggie showed herself in that in 2 episodes ago with the quick shot through
She's good too.
Yeah.
And I think at least one of the Brian Harriet camp is going to die. I think it's going to be Lily.
Yeah.
Maybe Lily and Megan.
Lily and so you think?
I think it's history
her
repeats
lesbian
itself.
sister is going to get off easy.
I think the governor is going to lose everything that he fought for again because of this vengeance plot.
That sounds likely because then he can just go nuts.
Ape shit,
Yeah.
I swear, if he loses everything and then next season he's going nuts again, I'm going to be really frustrated.
No, he'll die too.
I want Michonne needs to kill. Some will fall. The governor will fall. Michonne is going to cut off his head. No big deal.
But then what happens to Pete?
Who's Pete?
He's the guy in the bottom of the lake.
He's just gonna be
He swims for
there.
a long time.
He's done.
He lives in his kingdom under the sea, I guess. That's just wishful thinking. I don't think the governor actually will die, but that would be good. And Michonne hasn't had anything significant to do yet this season, finally getting to take down the governor, although she doesn't have really any vested interest in killing him. She was obsessed, but it's not like he killed her daughter.
After he takes someone from her.
Who?
Glen.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. So finally,
So it's gonna be a Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic?
Victory.
Pyrrhic victory
Yeah, there might be pirates
for
too.
the prisoners.
I think
They
so.
will kill the governor, but everything that they've built up will be lost.
I think so.
Okay.
You got to be able to cram all that's left of the prison group into 2 Hyundai Santa Fe's and drive off.
14 version.
It's totally new, produced after the apocalypse.
Freshly waxed.
Yeah. One random point, I love obviously certain things have to be convenient, but they come across the group of campers who have no defenses whatsoever, yet have survived for a year and a half.
They have barbed wire.
Did they have barbed wire?
Yeah.
That's not going to stop anything. But then, so their group decides not to attack them. They're instantly demolished, like 10 seconds later. They're killed by another group.
Who demolished them, by the way?
Yeah,
Who
apparently
did
that area, full of campers. Just absolutely brimming with campers.
Homicidal campers that have no problem killing you and stealing all of your stuff.
Which I buy. I think that's realistic. Maybe it's what's left over of the group that they killed the guys in the bar that pulled their guns on them.
Oh, Nebraska.
Yeah, I guess.
The guy's headed for Nebraska.
I mean, there were other people in that group, right?
I love those guys,
They
yeah.
never wiped them out. It could be them. I don't know. I don't know that we'll ever come across them. I think they were a plot device. But speaking of plots, so we had the 2 episode arc. We talked about what it could be. Did you guys enjoy it overall? Was this what you wanted the governor's reintroduction to be?
Well, obviously, I wanted him to succeed at reinventing himself, but he failed, and I feel bad for trusting him now and betrayed, so I want him dead.
Yeah? Okay. Well, you might get what you want.
I think that this particular arc came at the perfect time because I was so fucking sick of everyone in that prison. They weren't doing
sick too.
anything productive.
You are the new bread.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. This was the perfect little break from their bullshit. Was a nice little governor arc. For me, it was worth it if this next episode, if his actions, if his decisions were colored by the last 2 episodes. If anything that he experienced changes the way he acts.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's easy to look at it and say that he failed at his redemption, he's back to what he was, but he might be tweaked in a couple different ways.
I think so.
Like maybe he has to make a choice between killing Michonne and saving the girl.
Megan.
Like maybe something like that will actually change what he does in a way that last season the governor would not have done.
And although he's going crazy, he still does have his new wife and daughter.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Now, if they are
If they're
there
gone,
with the
it's
tank
over.
and all those cars, that's a stupid idea.
Totally
You
dead.
leave them back at the camp. We don't need them there for the showdown.
Yeah.
We need the little girl to fight
girl can
on the
live
front lines.
Exactly.
Just throwing
Shooting
chess
kneecaps.
pieces. Checkmate, checkmate.
Any final points on this episode?
Get ready for some serious shit next week.
People are going down. Hopefully the governor. Well, that was Dead Weight, Season 4, Episode 7. John, Kim, and Tim saying goodbye and hoping for a good final episode of this half season, since we got 2 months to go after that.